What is up, YouTube? Ryan Maniac V2, and I have another tutorial for you today. This is going to be a Cinema 4D tutorial on how to make objects bounce with Sound Effector in Cinema 4D. And so I've seen a lot of tutorials on this, but they are different than mine. I show you how to actually make the objects bounce to the beat, kind of like there's a big bass going on the floor or something like that. But the other ones just show you how to do the musical bars that just go up and down. But anyways, so this is the little example of what's going to happen when we make this tutorial. So you see a nice little bounce going on there, and yeah, that's what I'm going to show you how to create today. And this is what your project file will end up looking like. Sorry for that loud scrubbing noise, but this is what your project file will end up looking like. I just wanted to scrub through and show you. But so first of all, we're going to get a song. I will put my song and project file in the download description. Please do not take credit saying you created this on your own if you're using my project file. Just give me credit or a link in the description or something. But so just go and get your song and make sure you convert it to .wav, .wave, whatever it's called, WAV format. As you see, I did it right here from time1.m4a to time1.wave. And so if you want to do that with your song, just download an MPEG stream clip, or you can always do it through iTunes, which which is a little bit harder. But this is a really simple application, so I recommend downloading that to convert your songs. So now let's go into Cinema 4D, and I'll show you how to create this from scratch. This may take a while, but it's worth it in the end because it looks really cool. So make sure your song is .wave, and let's go. Alright, so now what you want to do, actually I'm going to start from a new project. So what you want to do is first go in your render settings, and you always want to set this up as 1280 by 720, just as a standard in all your project files, unless you're working with a weird dimension. But anyways, now you want to drag a plane on. So drag a plane in there, and just resize it to make it cover pretty much the screen. That's good. And then drop a cube in here. Most likely you're working with cubes or spheres, whatever one. I'm going to do a cube. And right, what we're going to do now with the cube is just create our little cubes that will bounce. So I'm going to drag this cube up in the air like that. I'm going to get a little farther view out, and then I'm going to do a cloner object. I already taught you how to do this in my other tutorial. I'll put a link in the description, but this is very self-explanatory. You can just follow along if you've never seen this before. So anyways, drag your cubes, your spheres, whatever you want to drag. Alright, does not matter to me. Drag them up in the air. Right, what I'm going to do is tell you how to set them on the ground for the first frame. So drag them into the air and get a little rotation on them, so that when the bounce hits, they will spread out, if you understand what I'm saying. Not that complicated. But so just drag them up in the air, and just get them up high. And then resize your plane if necessary. So I'm just going to resize that so my cubes don't fall off. And then what I'm going to do is get a tag. I'm going to go Cinema 4D or Dynamics tags, drag that on all three of my things, just to be careful. So on your plane, your cube, and your cloner, and then go to frame 0, and you're going to hit play. And now find a good spread. Alright, so that's a good spread right there. Wait. That looks like a good spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go now, going into my cube and my dynamics body, or you can go into, just go into your cloner and then dynamics body, and hit set initial state. So now, when we go back to 0, our initial state is them spread out on the floor. Alright? So that's actually just how you set them on the floor nicely. Alright, that is a really quick way instead of having to make a bunch of cubes and set them on the floor. And so now we got our scene set up with the cubes and everything. So what you're going to do now, this is the sound effector part. Go to MoGraph, Effector, Sound Effector. Sound, right here. Okay? And now I'm going to show you all the settings and all you need to do for this. So go ahead and go to Effector and go to Sound File right here under Min-Max, and hit the little button. And now I'm going to go in and find my sound. You make sure, remember to have a .wav, or else it won't work at all. So open your sound, and now I'm going to go through the settings really quickly to show you. And then after that, we're going to mess with the dynamic settings so it'll look realistic. But here is the settings. The apply mode should be all. The sample mode should be average. You can mess with that depending on your song, but That works best with the average I've found. Your lower cutoff should be 10%. These are all my custom settings. I didn't get these from anybody because I was messing around with this. And yeah, so 10% right here. And should go down, and your everything that should be fine. So now we're gonna go over to parameter, and we're gonna hit. Don't mess with the position. Just hit scale, hit uniform scale, and absolute scale, and go to 2. Okay, so type in 2 there, and now what we're gonna go do is mess with the rigid body on the plane and the cloner. So on the cloner, go to rigid body, right here, click on your tag, and the size is just going to be normal, 0 centimeters. Your bounce should be 25%. This makes it look more real. Your friction should be 250% so they don't slide across the board. And your collision noise should be at 1.2%. Alright? That's for the cloner, not for the plane. The plane will be at 0.5% collision. Friction should be at 250, and the bounce should be at 25 as well. This is just reinforcing the other physics we had going on there. And now what you want to do is your song is probably going to be longer than 90 frames. So down to your timeline right here, highlight that and click whatever, just a lot of frames, 5,000, and that's good. Now we can show our whole scene. And now, when make sure the effector, when you go into your cloner and your effectors, it says sound in there and it has checked. So now I'm gonna go over to my 3,000th frame or whatever, wherever I think is gonna be the best bounce. Anyways, what you're gonna do is go in down to these little buttons right here and click the sound button. And now, let me play. It should be working pretty good. So watch. Now you can turn your bounce up a little bit. I'm going to show you. Just go back in here and turn your bounce up to about 40, and you'll get a better bounce effect. And same with your plane. Turn your bounce up to about 40. And you can just mess with these until you like them. I mean, if you get a better angle from right here, you can see him bouncing better, or you go mess with the sizing on the sound parameter. You can change the scale up to 3 and they'll bounce higher. But whatever your preferences are, anyways, that was how to create bouncing objects in Cinema 4D. That was the quickest and most efficient tutorial I could come up with, guys. So thanks for watching, and have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe. I will have more great tutorials like this, maybe some other real-life Cinema 4D tutorials like I did in the past. And this has been another tutorial for you guys. Thanks, I hope you liked it, and have a nice day.